In this video, I'm gonna make a Splatoon poster in SFM, and once again I'm gonna make our favorite blue idol, Shiver. While everyone else is enjoying the Splatfest, here I am making a damn SFM poster. So since last time I made a Shiver poster, I've learned a lot. So if you've seen the Shiver touches grass video, I think you're gonna like this one. So to begin with, I had an idea of making an octo version of Shiver, basically making her into a normal player octoling, but that's about it. So I started with making it and immediately noticed I was gonna have to body hack her. Like I did last time, it involves cutting off her head and placing it on Shiver's body, so it's the normal octoling's head, but with Shiver's clothing. You can see the seam on the neck where the two models meet, like before, but it's not a big deal, it's easy to fix in the editing. And then for the real Shiver, it was pretty simple, just add her to the scene, nothing else. So then it was time to post these blueberries with Cheeto dust fingers. I didn't actually know what to do with the characters. Was the octoling Shiver, but she would just be a regular player, or is it a fan of Shiver cosplaying as her? I wasn't sure, but I was leaning more to her being a fan. Either way, I moved on to the posting hoping that would help me decide. I hate to admit it, but it was over a year ago since I made a poster featuring more than one character. And ironically, it was the idols Callie and Marie. It's funny how every time I feature multiple characters, it's the idols. Anyway, I started posing the octoling like she was taking a selfie. I imagine her being excited by finally meeting Shiver and wanting to take a selfie with her, so I made her stand tall and do the peace sign. But when I added Shiver into the mix, things got complicated. Posing Shiver was not hard actually. I just made her casually, kinda chill and cool looking, just leaning against the octoling, which worked well. The problem was making the octo fit with Shiver. Her pose didn't really work. I didn't think a selfie poster would be a good idea anymore. So then I made Shiver lead the shoot and just let the octoling go along with it. I don't know how to describe it, but I did some posing that I thought would kinda work. Is it an excuse for bad posing? Probably. But hey, I tried and it's the best I could do. So to make up for the subpar posing, I really wanted the scene and lighting to be very good, and I think I succeeded in that area. When starting to scene build, I literally had no ideas in mind. I originally wanted to use Splatville, but I don't have the map, so scene building it was. I had no idea, so I just placed down a building and a road hoping to get some ideas, which did happen. I randomly placed down a tree, and that got me the idea of making an outdoors cafe or something, which I thought would be pretty cozy. So I started placing down tables and chairs in the foreground to give the poster more depth, and I really like how it turned out. And then somehow I found exactly the right fence I wanted, which made me very happy. Then when I felt the scene was done, it was time to tackle the lighting. I mentioned in the beginning of the video that I've learned a lot since last time, and most of it is the lighting. Instead of using a pre-made map to help with the ambient lighting, I was gonna do everything from scratch, because that would give me more control over it. Also, since last time, I also have a new Shiver model, so the AO on it isn't messed up anymore, which is great. So I began with adding a light from every direction, which would act as the ambient light. It's basically the light you would see when it's overcast or in shadows, because even then, there is still light. Then I did the sunlight, and normally SFM shadows are pretty soft looking, so I sharpened them up quite a bit, but that also made them look very pixelated. Last time my solution was to just find the right balance between blurriness and it not looking pixelated. But this time, I didn't want to compromise, I wanted to fix it outright. So I googled if you could increase the shadow resolution, which to my surprise, you can! I have no idea how I did not know about this earlier. I guess I never thought to Google it, but hey, at least I know now. Anyway, you could just paste in a string of text in the launch options to increase the shadow map resolution, which made a huge difference. So then I went back and did the rest of the lighting. In SFM, you don't get the luxuries of light bounds, SSS and so on done for you automatically, like in Blender or other programs. Here you have to do all of that manually. So if you want to make realistic lighting, you gotta really think about how lighting works. But in the end, I was very pleased with how the lighting turned out, so then it was time to export the poster and edit it. I immediately started using Liquify to smoothen out the models, because I think they look too low poly, and even if it's time consuming, if it looks better, I'm gonna do it. And after that I did color grading, fixed up the models a little bit and added some particles. There's not much else to say about it, plus I've been talking for quite a bit now, so I'm just gonna let you enjoy the rest of the time lapse, so see you when it's done. Okay, I'm very pleased with this poster. In the beginning I had no idea what to do. My idea was to just make Shiver into a regular octoling, but then it spiraled into making a fan of Shiver, or like her biggest fan, and then I experimented a lot with camera, posing and whatnot, and the end result, I gotta say, I really like it. But as with everything, it's not perfect. But let's start with what I'm happy with. I was doubting myself quite a bit when scene building, because I was like, ooh, but what scene can I do for these guys? Nothing works. I originally wanted Splatville, but I don't have that map, so I ended up scene building instead and creating this like outdoors cafeteria area, and I really like it. Maybe it doesn't make that much sense that they're here and doing this pose and whatever. My idea in the head was like, oh, both just happened to be at the cafeteria and then they took this photo, I guess. Don't think too much about the details. I think it looks good. And what I'm most happy with is the lighting. I managed to make it quite realistic looking. Is it perfect? Of course not. But I can tell I'm improving a lot, so that's a huge plus. So what can I improve next time? First of all, the posing. I'm not used to posing more than one character in a poster. Almost every time I make a poster, it's always only one character. I think it was over a year ago I made a poster with 2 characters. I should probably include more characters so I can get better at it. But for it being a year ago since last time, I think it's not bad. But other than that, I don't know. I'm really happy with it. If you have any suggestions what I could make next time, tell me down in the comments. Maybe make, I don't know, Fry's biggest fan, Callis, or anything with the idols. And if you don't want to wait and you want to see new stuff right now, you can go back to my old videos because I've made a lot of these before. So go check them out. And that's everything I have to say. So thanks so much for watching and bye!